talking about free agent signings. So who do you guys have as some of the winners?
So I have my overall winners, the Jacksonville Jaguars. They had a bunch of money to spend, and they went out and spent it. With that already potent offense, they're improving their defense. But in just the AFC South in general, I mean, the Texans had a strong defense last year, and they continue to add on offense with Brock Osweiler now. Might be a little overpaid, but it's what you have to do sometimes. You got the Colts coming back with hopefully a healthy Andrew Luck. And then you go into the Titans, who, with Marcus Mariota last year, looked pretty good. Their defense was stout, and they continue to make some moves, adding DeMarco Murray in the trade. So we'll see how the AFC South pans out. But I think overall, just in general, that AFC South is a big winner itself, those 4 teams.
Listen, Jacksonville Jaguars, they have never been a sexy place. The reason why that they haven't been able to get anybody good on the team, and they have not been good since Tom Coughlin coached them 13 years ago, is because nobody wants to go to Jacksonville. They have money to spend. Players have the optionality to choose where they want to go. It's not like, okay, they're paying me more money, I'm going to go there. That's why the Jacksonville Jaguars haven't gotten anybody. But now they have Blake Bortles, who is, I think, a top 10 quarterback, possibly top 8 quarterback. Allen Robinson, who is a clear-cut all-star.
Stud.
And with the Dante Fowler coming back from injury, you forget that their first-round pick last year was injured the entire year. I think you add Malik Jackson, you get a big guy in a 3-4 front. You get Malik Jackson, you get Dante Fowler, and I think that defense just becomes a powerhouse. I think that the AFC South, I agree with you 100%. The AFC South is going to become a bigger player than they have been in recent years.
Because
they just have been such a joke lately.
It's crazy, but we'll see how that pans out. They have potential to take the South now.
Yeah, they do.
Very much with that offense, especially with adding Ivory too to split carries with TJ Yeldon.
They have the great, pass catcher TJ Yeldon. He's shifty, he's fast, and then you have the big guy. You need 2 yards, 3 yards. Chris Ivory is your guy, and each one of them will be fresh because they're splitting carries.
That's how it's going to work.
Blake Bortles is going to have a great running game for the first time in his career.
And that's what's scary.
I think they're going to be scary. That's exactly what they're going to be. It's looking like the Giants with Eli, Ahmad Bradshaw, Brandon Jacobs, and Jeremy Shockey. And Amani Toomer. They have just an awesome offense.
And Tom Coughlin blueprint.
Let's go on to the Giants.
Let's go to the Giants, actually.
Yes.
I think that Jerry Reese did what he had to do as a general manager after having 3 abysmal off seasons. All besides Odell, everybody else has been kind of just not as good as he has predicted them. He's just not a great seer of talent coming through the draft. Eric Flowers, I think that he's going to be good. He also switched from the right tackle to the left tackle position last year. And I think that with 1 year of experience, he's going to be pretty solid. And Landon Collins as well. But I think that with the additions of Olivier Vernon and Janoris Jenkins, especially, those 2 guys are going to make big plays on the defense. And with Damon Snacks Harrison, he's going to add some consistency to that defensive line with injuries all over the place. So I think that the Giants, with the restructured, if they can restructure Victor Cruz's contract, they're going to be the winner of the NFC East this year.
I think Vernon was the biggest grab.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone wanted him. Giants were willing to spend $17 million a year, which will make him the highest paid defensive end in the league. But I really think that the Giants, they knew who they wanted. They had their top options. They weren't afraid to spend the money. They needed a good pass rusher like Vernon. So
and I also think you can't really sleep on Jason Pierre-Paul, because even though he had his injury, despite that, this past season he wasn't terrible, And so I think putting him and Vernon together, you can kind of make some magic there and really get things rolling for them. So I think those 2 would be really good, because he has been a good player, and I was actually very surprised with how he played despite the fact that he was injured. So hopefully now that he's a little better, he stated that he wasn't going to be wearing what I like to call an oven mitt, because that's what it looks like. Sorry, but I think it'll be really good this season.
I mean, you have to understand, their cornerbacks and their safeties were basically left out to dry. They had no pass rush last year. And you bring in Vernon, you bring in Snacks, you bring back JPP for a reasonable deal. And you get some pressure, and these guys can thrive. Janoris Jenkins is one of those guys who can produce big plays. And then you have DRC on the other side. I mean, everybody was saying how he fell off, but he had a pretty solid year. Now you give him a pass
Still a
rush.
Pro Bowler.
Right, you
Yeah.
give him a pass rush, and the
Still
guy
a
can
Pro
produce. And then hopefully add an inside linebacker in the draft. Stout right there, and the defense is back to what it was. So, looking good for the Giants right now.
Yes.
I'm surprised, Manny, you
Big
did not
deal.
pick the Patriots for this one. I thought
Well-
you want to touch on Chris Hogan a little bit.
Well, listen. Patriots are always winners. Whenever you have Tom Brady,
Okay.
every offseason is a win, no matter what happens.
I mean, with the recent trade for the
Yeah.
guard from Arizona,
Yeah, they
it's
did
pretty
pick up
good.
Jonathan Cooper from Arizona, which is a big deal for us. And then they also signed Chris Long to a 1-year deal. So we're also improving the defense, and then getting protection for Tom Brady, which is
Martellus Bennett, Chris Hogan.
Yep.
Chris Hogan is a really good utility guy. Runs the slot really well. He played in Buffalo. He's actually a native out of Wyckoff, New Jersey, like 5 minutes away from where I live, and he's just a workhorse. He's really good. He can take slot receiver reps. He can take wide receiver reps. He's just going to be a great addition to the Patriots.
I'm going to touch on Hogan too because he can play both sides of the ball, which if you look at players in the past like Trey Brown, Julian Edelman, Matthew Slater, they also played cornerback when need be, and Hogan, he played only 1 year of college football.
He played lacrosse actually
Yeah,
at Penn State.
so Belichick would like
transferred
that,
to
of course. So only 1 year he played college football, and he punted, he played special teams, and quarterback. So I think the Patriots would love to have someone
Great
that
sign.
versatile come in,
Yeah.
and if something were to happen, that he could play both sides, or special teams even.
That offense, though, looks very potent. Very
Oh, yeah.
scary with those double tight
Now
ends
we're
like
back
that.
with our 2 tight end system with Martellus Bennett.
Yeah.
Just like Aaron Hernandez back
That's
in those
scary,
days.
yeah.
So things are looking really good.
So another winner, I would say the Broncos, we're going to talk about them not doing so well, but CJ Anderson of the Broncos, he's the big winner here. The Broncos matched Miami's offer, giving him a 4-year, $18 million offer with a $5.25 million signing bonus, which is insane because if you look at it last season, he was kind of back up to Ronnie Hillman in the beginning. He only got 7 starts out of 16. And of course, I can't neglect the postseason where he got 234 yards, and that was the most for any running back. So, which is why he's getting such a great deal, but he'll be the 4th highest paid back in the entire league. So he's tied with DeMarco Murray. The only people who will get paid more than him are Adrian Peterson, Doug Martin, and Chris Ivory. So if you put him in with those names, he's kind of getting a huge deal, only being in his 3rd kind of season where he's really playing. So this will be his 4th NFL season, but the first one he didn't do much, and it's only been 2 years where he's actually been
Cashed out.
But yeah, so to get a deal with all of those names that high up he's the biggest winner, I think.
I think it was kind of like a panic move by John Elway.
Yeah.
He saw he really had no quarterback, and he kind of jumped on getting some stability in the backfield, bringing back Ronnie Hillman and C.J. Anderson as their workhorses. So I think it was more so of a panic move to throw that much money and match Miami's offer. But like we just said, they really have no quarterback now, and the quarterback pool right now is kind of shallow. I mean, with the exception of Ryan Fitzpatrick, there's really no proven guys. I mean, they're talking about trading for Colin Kaepernick. At the right price, maybe it would work.
Yeah, that's true.
But he really had that one great season in San Francisco when he came in for Alex Smith and led him to the Super Bowl. Other than that, the past 2 years have been abysmal for him. So I don't know how much John Elway would want to throw at the 49ers for him. But with the right price, they definitely need a quarterback just to continue that success. I mean, the defense is great, but at the same time, if you don't have a quarterback in this league, you don't win very many games.
Yeah, they still have DeMarcus Ware, Aqib Talib, TJ Ward, so
Yeah.
defense is fine. It's just filling in that position. Another loser is the Browns, which everyone's talking about. All the
Seems like
players
they always
that
are.
we're going to be a complete rookie team.
Yep.
They let all their good guys go. Alex Mack, Mitchell Schwartz, Deshaun Gibson, Travis Benjamin, they're all gone. And they're pretty much relying on the drafts to build up their team, which is basically they're going to get worse until the rookies kind of can start to play better. And I don't know if that is the best mentality going into free agent signings, but
Truthfully, I don't know if it was more so the Browns letting guys go or guys bolting when they had the opportunity.
that's true too.
Anyone really wants to play in Cleveland.
The only good thing they did is waive Johnny Manziel and kind of gets
that's-
rid of
that's the only
all the
good thing.
distraction that he was causing, but we'll just
Yeah.
leave it at that. Any other losers?
I think the Miami Dolphins
Yeah.
are one of the biggest losers
Go with
this past all season. I mean, they let go of one of their best defensive players, Olivier Vernon, who was only 25, and they pick up Mario Williams, who's on the back end of his career, 31 years old, already dealing with many injuries and things like that. And then they also let go of Brett Grimes.
I guess it's
You
stupid.
lose a Pro Bowl receiver and you pick up Byron Maxwell, who is the most penalized cornerback in the game. This is a terrible move by the Dolphins, I think.
Thanks guys for watching Outbox Sports. We'll have new videos coming every Thursday, so make sure to check out our YouTube channel as well as our social media pages to find out what we'll be talking about next and see how our March Madness bracket challenge is going. Thanks for watching.